Hello and a warm welcome to TBC News, our top stories tonight. Samia launched key projects as Lake Zone tour continues. As Tanzania marks Day of an African Child.
States that children's rights, where we come from, where we are, and where we are going.
Good evening, I'm Agnes Tuniga. You can also follow us live on our YouTube channel, TVC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. President Samia Suluhu Hassan has directed the Tanzania Revenue Authority, TRA, to ensure the methods of collecting taxes are convenient to the taxpayers so as to guarantee tax adherence to a larger population. Here's the report by Pascal Michael, read by Faitha Ngaga.
President Samia Suluhu Hassan gave directive while officiating a new TRA building in Simiyu region, whereby the TRA Commissioner General Yusuf Omari Mwenda gave an overview report on the construction of the building and the revenue collection.
Your Excellency President Samia, you are warmly welcome, and the people of Simiyu, especially taxpayers, they're grateful for the completion of this building. They can see that their taxes are being put into great use. The Simiyu region was supposed to collect 22 billion in taxes for the past year, and so far they have collected 25 billion. This is because they are very motivated.
Due to the reasons such as wars and conflicts, other countries are not doing as well as we are. And for those who can do a simple research can testify to this. Even across the East African region, Tanzania is doing very well. I urge you, TRA, to continue revenue collection and in a friendly environment.
Furthermore, President Samia Suluhu Hassan insists on tax compliance amongst the region's business community.
We must collect internal revenue. And to you business people, you must pay taxes. No country in this world can survive without taxation. Even donor countries usually get their funds from taxpayers. Until when must we continue to wait for donor funds? Therefore, you all must pay taxes.
On the other hand, during her visit, President Samia Suluhu Hassan says the nation has invested $216 billion for livestock development, especially in reducing animal deaths and increase productivity. Faitha Ngaga, TBC News.
The Director for Child Development, Sebastian Kitiku, says the Day of an African Child annually honors the memory of the 2,000 children who were killed during the 1976 Soweto uprising in South Africa and in 1991. The heads of state of the African Union decided to officially recognize the day as an annual commemoration. Kitiku made the remarks during an exclusive interview with TBC, adding that this year's theme focuses on the implementation of the Child Development Policy.
The Day of African Child is commemorated on 16th June each year. And for the past 5 years, we've been commemorating the Day of African Child at the regional level, the same as this year, whereby the government, the ministry, join other regions to commemorate the Day of African Child. So for this year, the ministry is commemorating together with the regional commissioner's office in Dar es Salaam, whereby we bring children, a lot of children from various districts within Dar es Salaam region, come together to commemorate the day. So we have decided also to bring together a few children across the country as a representative of the junior council across the country, which are based at the regional level, to come and join their fellow in Dar es Salaam region. The Day of African Child is normally commemorated to mark the death of about 2,000 children who were killed during a child massacre in South Africa in 1976. In 1991, the head of states of the African Union decided to start marking this day. So each year, we normally receive the theme of the African child, which is different from years from year in, year out. So this year's theme states that children rights, where we come from, where we are, and where we are going.
In Dar es Salaam, the Day of the African Child would be marked tomorrow with the Minister of Community Development, Gender, Women and Special Groups as the guest of honor. The event will be led and managed by the children themselves through various activities. Day of the African Child serves as a powerful reminder of the need to safeguard and advance children's rights across the continent and across the world, providing a moment for a pause and reflect. To reflect on the day, we are joined live by an 8-year-old Tanzanian, Faith Shayo, but she's not alone, of course, accompanied by her father, Mr. Francis Shao. And of course, they'll be talking to us on this particular day. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
And good to see you. Faith, how are you today?
Thanks so much, madam. I'm very fine, I'm very okay, I'm very happy for meeting you in this session. Yeah.
Is it your first time being here at TBC?
I've been here like few times, but it's my first time to be in this session of TBC News.
Great. You're mostly welcome. How does it feel celebrating the Day of the African Child?
The Day of the African Child, to me, it's very good. I feel very happy. I feel very happy to be an African child, to be not only an African child, but also a Tanzanian child. Yeah, so I feel very excited, very happy. Yeah.
And how is it, is education to the young ones like you, and what difference does it bring to you, like from the younger age and of course your age?
Education is very important. Apart from the talents and other things that parents say to their children, but also education is an important thing. Yeah. Education to me helps me to get things which will help in my daily life. New things. Today I learn this, tomorrow I learn this, day after tomorrow I will learn this. So education is very important. Difference of education that I got, the difference that education makes from my younger age till now is very big. I've learned new things about the earth more than when I was young. It was very simple things, learning very simple subjects. But as I grow on, things get tough and we learn things very huge and big. So it's a very big difference.
Apart from the teachers at school supervising you, how important is the parents' guidance to you, a person of your age, a child, of course?
For me, my parents, I can say my parents, my guardians, and my relatives who raised me. Apart from my teachers, they also have a very big part. Yeah. You know, we say parents are the first teachers when a child is born. When a child is born, does not start with the teachers, it starts with the parents. So my parents, I have a good luck because my parents raised me in a good way, in a moral way. Yeah. So parents have a big part in my life. They raise me well. You know, teachers do not take everything. They take a half, and there's a half that when you return home, the parents will tell you,
My last question to you, what would you like to become when you grow up and why?
For me, I am multi-talented and I'm multi-professional.
When you say multi-professional, what are your talents that you're talking about?
A lot.
One?
My talents, I'm good in acting.
Oh, great.
I am good in being an author. I want to be a journalist. So for today, I will just name 3 and the cause. The first thing, I want to be a servant of God. Yeah. The second thing, I want to be a journalist.
Wow. Welcome to the club.
Thank you. But the third thing, I want to be an author. Yeah.
To write books?
Yeah.
And what will be your topics?
I will.
Or what is the area of focus? You're still thinking?
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it and I'm still learning as my parents get me closer to authors of this world, teaching me a lot of things. Yeah, so I get to know. Till one day I'll decide, okay, I'm writing a book of this type.
Thank you very much. Nice talking to you, Faith. And now let's hear a few words from her father, Francis Shao. What role do you believe proper parenting plays in shaping a child?
Okay, first, you know that the parents are play a very important role to raising the child or nurturing the child, because we know that the parents are the first teachers to their children. So if we don't get enough time to stay, to be with our children, I don't think that will be raising in a good manner. So the parents are first, they have to be the front line to make sure that the children are raising in a good manner. So make sure that they get enough times to stay, and also building the confidences to their children, and also to discover the different talents that the children have. Yes. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Great. Lastly, very briefly, what is your message to this particular day to other parents?
My take to other parents and other guardians and relatives, they should spend much time, first of all, to make sure that their children, they raise in a good manner, to know God. The first thing, to know God, and the other, to make sure that they are very close to them. They play a big close time, spending a lot of time with them to know and to discover the weaknesses and other strengths to their children.
Thank you very much to both of you for sharing your thoughts with us here on TBC News tonight.
It's a pleasure.
Appreciate.
Thank you.
Chargé d'Affaires and interim to U.S. Embassy in Tanzania, Andrew Lenz says Tanzania People's Defense Force, TPDF, plays a critical role for the peace, security, and stability in the region, and the U.S. Army is ready to share its over 250 years experience with TPDF. He made the remarks in Dar es Salaam during an event to mark 250 years of the U.S. Army, insisting that Tanzania-U.S. partnership is imperative in keeping the region safe.
The Tanzania People Defense Forces does here in the region. It protects and keeps stable Tanzania, and it's able to keep the region stable. And we know that it is one of those great partner forces, and we really hope that we can build that partnership over time, continue to learn from the TPDF, to share our experience from 250 years, and really be able to be partners in keeping the Indian Ocean safe, in keeping East Africa safe, and in building prosperity for our people.
On the other hand, the Major General of the Tanzania People's Defense Force, TPDF, Mbaraka Mkeremi, says the present time that require multinational cooperation in maintaining peace and stability, Tanzania-U.S. military ties becomes very critical.
As you know, Tanzania is also participating in multinational operations, in peacekeeping operations, in the regional operations. So we found that this cooperation helps us to enhance our capability, enhance us to focus on what is happening with the world. And as you know, as of now, Tanzania is cooperating with other countries to make sure that the region is peaceful and even the world is peaceful.
The event also eyewitnessed the former defense attaché at the Tanzanian embassy in the United States, Colonel Festus Manuela being awarded the prestigious U.S. military decoration for his exceptional meritorious conduct in the performance. For the first time, Arusha Airport is now set to accommodate direct flights, allowing aircrafts to land at the airport instead of landing at other airports, with the aim of reducing costs and time, especially for the tourists. Here are more details.
Speaking immediately after the visit of the Arusha Regional Commissioner Paul Makonda, the manager of the airport, Edgar Mwampuga, says the airport is eager to continue to improve its services so as to boost its economy.
Tunaenda kuongeza kwanza movement za ndege zinaongezeka ambayo
we are first going to increase aircraft movements. This will lead to increased revenue, but also boost tourism, investment and trade, all of which will benefit both the authorities and the general public. We currently serve over 400,000 passengers, which represents an increase of about 35 to 40%.
The Senior Assistant Commissioner for Immigration, Fakihi Machunga, who is also Immigration Officer for the Arusha region, vows his department to work in accordance with the law and the procedures to provide services.
We will ensure cooperation with other security agencies to make sure that all foreign visitors arriving at Kisongo Airport, now considered an official entry point, follow all national procedures.
The Arusha Regional Commissioner Paul Makonda says the move will reduce time spent by the passengers, including businessmen and tourists.
We have fulfilled President Dr. Samia's vision of opening up the country by making Arusha Airport a facility that can now receive aircraft from any part of the world. Flights have already begun arriving. For example, a person came from London, connected through Nairobi, and landed here in Arusha on their way to Karatu. Come to Arusha, the immigration department is present. TRA is here, your passport will be stamped, and you will be allowed entry.
The African Union Advisory Board on Corruption, AUABC, expresses optimism for all African countries ratify and sign the African Convention on Preventing and Combating Corruption, as well as establishing specific laws to deal with the problem, which is still an obstacle to development. Speaking to TBC News in Arusha, some of the members of the board say that despite the achievements that have been reached, the continent is still losing $80 billion, most of which are loans that are meant to strengthen the economy of the continent.
We won that battle, might I say. Some others are still on the way in the pipeline. Evaluation missions were carried out, sensitization missions were conducted, and our desire is to ensure that there is a universal ratification of the convention, and we're not too far from there, because more than 50 countries have already signed and ratified the said convention out of the 54 in Africa. But there's a lot to be done.
We are looking into the future. Our expectation is that we can strengthen the fight by encouraging countries to look at the issues of illicit financial flows, illicit enrichment, looking at the issue of asset recovery. There are substantive gains that member states can make to the extent that these laws are put in place and that the governments are intentional in trying to set up the institutions that can ensure that we fight this canker and deal with it robustly. And so we look into the future. We have some members stepping off today. New members have joined. And together with the new members, we expect that we'll make stronger inroads in this fight.
During the discussion, 5 new members elected by the African Union Council of Ministers to lead the board were also sworn in, led by the chairperson Kwame Edemi Senanu from Ghana, replacing Senabu Daye Diakate. In case you missed any of our stories, remember you can always go to our YouTube channel at TVC Online and watch anytime, anywhere. Before concluding the local news, let's have a look at our today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Don't miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Sports News is up next. In sports news, 16 students of Confucius Institute at the University of Dar es Salaam who have won Chinese language competition have been urged to use the opportunity of visiting China called Summer Festival to explore economic and cultural opportunities available in China. Speaking during the farewell, the director of Confucius Institute at the University of Dar es Salaam, Professor Zhang Xiaozhen, says the visit will not only strengthen economic diplomacy between Tanzania and China, but also promote culture and economic advancement of the two countries, as her remark is supported by students and other stakeholders.
Political, economic, and then cultural center of China. Then the second city is Jinhua. Jinhua is a national historical and cultural city. It is an inland urban national comprehensive transportation hub city and also an important innovative smart manufacturing city in the Yangtze River Delta region.
Right? Learn. Learn about China. Learn why is it the way that it is. Learn what you can do to your own country. Learn what you can do to yourselves. Learn and learn and learn.
Let us cherish this rare opportunity. Wherever life takes us, this experience will forever be our pride, most treasured possession. We are ready to explore every corner of this wondrous land and feel the depth of this bond with our hearts.
The 16 students, when in China, they will learn Chinese language, visit historical and industrial cities, as well as participate in economic and cultural workshops. The project director of Rotary Club in Kigamboni, Charles Boila, says they have decided to promote swimming in the district to create employment opportunities for youth in the area. Speaking to TBC, Charles adds that many youth in Kigamboni are talented in swimming, but they require more training to boost their game, and they are ready to help them to complete their mission.
A project kwa ajili we prepare a project for swimming competition. As you know, there is a good water environment opportunity for swimmers here in Kigamboni. So we aim to raise new talent for swimmers and to ensure we grow these sports in Kigamboni.
Kuogelea, kuhakikisha mchezo wa kuogelea unapewa kipaumbele na Kigamboni inakuwa champion.
That is sports news. And now, before we conclude the news bulletin for tonight, let's take a look at our weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Hello, dear viewers, and thank you for joining us for the next 24 weather forecast. By starting within the patterns, tomorrow we expect the moderate wind of 30 kilometers per hour over the water bodies, and the state of the sea is expected to be rough. And Tanzania Meteorological Authority is issuing an advisory of a period of large waves reaching 2 meters are expected over some areas of the northern coast. So precautive measures should be taken. And rainfall models are still portraying the reduction of activities over most part of the country. And cool temperatures are still expected over most part of the country, with a minimum temperature of 8 degrees at Njombe region. So that for tonight to expect Tanga region together with Unguja and Pemba ISOs to feature as particle condition, light rain showers over a few areas. And for the rest part of the country, are expected to feature as particle conditions. While for tomorrow we expect Tanga region together with Unguja and Pemba ISOs to feature as particle condition, light rain showers over a few areas and some periods. And for the rest part of the country, are expected to feature particle condition and sun periods. Let us see next 4 days forecast from different cities and regions. Dar es Salaam minimum temperature is expected to be 22 degrees. Dodoma minimum temperature is expected to be 15 degrees.